All right, and a good luck to both runners as we are getting underway.
Oh, they're off. Off with a synced start. Slightly. Not really.
And we're good.
There we go. We love to see a synced up board section.
Absolutely. So for those unaware, Katie, the world record holder, deregged from the tournament before it started. This was a decision that confused a couple people, but ultimately, it looks like she is still hungry for some competition, as she does come with this random last-minute grudge match against Gerp 98.
Yeah, this should be exciting to see, because we've not seen Katie all tournament, obviously, as she dropped out. So, and obviously, watching Katie is just a blast anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Seeing someone with so much mastery over the game.
Skip right off the bat. Gerp deciding not to even bother.
Gerp showing us the real part of the stage, the part where there's no skips and everything just works. Katie doing the part of the stage that definitely doesn't work, which is why, took her multiple tries to get on that rail. Disgusting, frankly. 102 check, really good. Looks like she's going to be able to come in with a time around 120 as Gerp goes down this little hill section before the building run loop.
And hopefully he doesn't experience what I experienced last match and my daddy after this building.
It's true.
Also, coming through, probably going to finish with a 125.
Gerp showing what the swing bar looks like. Katie gets a 125.19 as Gerp is very deep in the trenches of City Escape, showing what the camera is supposed to look like during this rail section.
Gerp just pulling up towards the truck section. Gonna see if he manages to do everything fine. Truck section, kind of hard to keep doing fine. The hills really want you to fly off them at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or not really any moment, but
specific moments that are very annoying.
Yeah.
That's actually the reason why my prediction for Katie's time was so wrong, was because of some of those hills.
Okay, Katie doing the front box for Bigfoot. A lot more inconsistent, but... Oh, not inconsistent, but harder than doing the back box. We're both fans of back box here.
Yeah, I mean...
Box is the best box.
It feels a little bit inconsistent, but, I mean, if you're Katie, you can just get a 21.39 every time, which is frame perfect. Yep. So, we're going to see if Gerp can keep up with this pace. Kind of tough pace. Katie gets beginning room with a green ping.
And a green ping. Near the 6 pillars. Sometimes an annoying piece to grab, just depending on height.
Oh my, the Dark Pro set! The Dark Pro set! Unbelievable! Imagine, beginning room...
scenes right now.
Beginning room into... Gerp with the back box. Gerp really showing that, when it comes down to it, heart is what matters in a tournament like this. And back box has significantly more height. Or significantly more heart, I should say.
Gerp so far showing everything that Katie hasn't shown, so let's hope he still gets good RNG here.
Oh no, Gerp's gonna get suspended ceiling between the twin
stars.
Yeah, as of recently, but I think people have started to reset between the twin stars if they're a more reset heavy player. Which, to be honest, I don't really blame them for. Buy a wind jump board, a similarly suspicious piece. But Gerp opting to take it, showing us what the armored carpool area looks like, almost getting run over as he gets on the lap of a wall painting piece 3.
Not the best set you want to see in Wild Canyon, but still a decent enough time for what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a sub 30, realistically, if you're getting a sub 30 Wild Canyon in a tournament setting, that's not going to be the end of the world, but comparing against an 11, and especially an 11 when Katie's doing the jump underneath the platform, there's it's a big mountain to climb immediately for Gerp, but we're gonna see if he can come back.
So Eggman is a very funny boss fight. Because it feels like the dev team just forgot to put an AI in.
This, honestly, I think that this boss fight, or a lot of the boss AI in this game is good, except they didn't check for everything, and there are specific things you can do that just embarrass the absolute heck out of them. Very notable example is in Tails 2 and Eggman 2. If you just stand there, they kind of don't know what to do and just awkwardly run around you for like a minute at a time. Very humorous.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, pulling up to the end of Prison Lane very shortly. Getting a lot of these early lock-ons through the walls, which I'm not really supposed to be able to do, but we can do it anyway.
Katie showing off what I tried to show off in the race against Rose, getting the top beetle lock on last, as it does give you a faster gate hop. Although evidently when you miss it, it's quite a penalty. Katie wouldn't miss it though. Katie would never.
And that's a 1:30 Prison Lane. That's a very solid time for Prison Lane.
Yeah, 1:30 is significantly better than most people tend to get. Probably better than a lot of people's golds, as I know that people in my skill range tend to be looking for a sub 140. So an entire 10 seconds below that. Woof.
So like Gerp's strategy of whistling while on the elevator.
Yeah,
big fan of that.
Shoutouts to Deku, big fan. Katie doing a very clean underloop as Gerp gets the lock-ons. A little bit of trouble on this door while Katie goes for the tanker jump. Early homing attack to not stop, and she gets an 1837 upgrade. Oh my good lord.
That is an amazing upgrade time.
Yeah. And a 26 check. The Katie train has no brakes and just keeps going.
Pulley skip. Yep. Perfect pulley skip. Perfect underloop afterwards.
Birthday skip immediately after.
Skip. This Metal Harbor is crazy.
Katie putting on an absolute clinic. It looks like she might be done with Metal Harbor before Gerp enters it.
I think that was a 43 final check as well.
Unbelievable. Just cracked. Just absolutely cracked.
Yeah, Katie might be getting into Shadow 1 before 5 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like it. Because there isn't that much time after the checkpoint. Gerp had a 451 on his timer entering Metal Harbor, and it looks like Katie is going to have a 457. Oh, 456 even.
456.
115.70 Metal Harbor? No big deal, right? No big deal.
Big deal. A deal for a story run.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Oh, Gerp missing the upgrade. I didn't even know that was possible.
He just goes too high. He just overshot it. 456.61 pace out of Metal Harbor, going into the imposter cutscene. I don't remember what it's called. Gerp showing the pulley section, going to go for hopefully the little slope jump. Unfortunately, just a regular jump, but the loop speed, that's something that more runners should probably be taking advantage of.
Oh yeah, the loop speed you get after that loop is insane. It's really good to take advantage of. We're going up with a 54 check, 7 seconds behind what Katie was, I believe, or even closer to 10. Getting a really good missile jump.
Katie going for the spin dash strategy on Shadow 1 to get a 1094 story style. I'm mostly sure that
was possible.
Yeah, I think that's the frame perfect Shadow 1 time.
Of course it is, yeah.
I'm mostly sure that's the perfect Shadow 1 time. So, I'm going to check the community gold spreadsheet really quick just to make sure that somebody has got that before. Just in case.
We've got Katie already more than a minute ahead of Gerp.
Yep. It happens.
Yep. Sometimes it just be like that.
Okay, there is a 1094 by Draco on the spreadsheet. It has been done by the boss master. Wait, apparently the Metal Harbor that Katie got was a community gold. Huh?
Oh my god. He just rolls up and decides he instantly beat all these records.
Yeah, no big deal.
It's nothing really. Oh, pause buffer's the wall run.
34 check, unbelievable. I mean, the pause buffer is going to cost a little bit of time in V1, but I mean, if you're on a run of this kind of caliber, I don't think it's a huge deal.
Yeah. Honestly, even any kind of pause in V1 isn't as big of a deal as people probably thought it was going to be at first. Like, if someone that's pause heavy and hidden base, I lose maybe 2 seconds to it.
Katie's showing a really cool,
wall run.
yeah, the camera lock dismount where you just hold down right off of Task Run is really interesting. It seems to save a good bit of time and also just looks cool. Interesting strategy from Katie to not go for the rail grind at the end of the stage, but she does get Air Jordan.
And that's a sub 115.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Regular day in the office for one of the best gamers in the community. This is truly Katie4. Is this what you wanted, Sonic Speedrun community? Is this what you wanted out of this race?
I cannot believe this is Katie4. I'm just kidding. I can absolutely believe this is Katie4.
I mean, with a good enough Pumpkin Hill set, she could be sub 7 out of Pumpkin Hill.
Okay, that would be crazy.
Apparently,
imagine she just gets another IL set.
I mean, apparently, three-phase ghost period. That's not really an IL set caliber piece.
Yeah. Let's just show some weakness. Show some weakness.
The weakness of the game giving a bad set.
Sleep behind a pumpkin.
There's a classic quote from Broken Arthritis on the stage where he gets sleep behind a pumpkin and he just goes, sleep behind a pumpkin? I'd rather sleep in my bed. And I think that's basically what Katie's feeling right now.
Not the best set you can ask for in Pumpkin Hill, but not the worst.
Gerp combining the difficulty of wall run with the very funny bungee cutscene as Katie finishes with a 39 Pumpkin Hill 7:01 pace out of Pumpkin Hill going into Mission Street.
That is crazy. I'm hopping off if I'm at 9 minutes out of Pumpkin Hill. So they're coming out with a 135.
Yeah.
So I assume he got wall run, but then didn't do bungee skip.
Yeah, he got wall run, and instead of jumping off or doing moonshot or doing task run or anything, he kept going. I think he tried to do bungee skip and ended up in the bungee area and just kind of had to keep going.
Yeah, that can happen. It's happened before in the tournament as well. It happened to Prophet.
Mm-hmm. It happens
sometimes.
sometimes.
You'll do the jump in a way that the game just shoots you up to the platform instead of letting you jump.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird.
Oh, that's a greedy upgrade weight. We're going to see if it pays off. I mean, with someone of her caliber, you gotta assume.
Good first piece. Tombstone guarded by 4 skulls. Doesn't even need a hint for it.
No, he just reads the radar. This is the world's first time someone read a radar. You saw it here.
One can try, I know. Okay, with a 43 check.
Yeah, so as it stands in terms of greedy upgrade weights, that one wasn't too greedy at all. It just was calculated enough to work.
Ooh.
And Gerp just gets King of the Hill.
That's a piece you never want to see.
No, not at all. Gerp opting to not even glide reset, just climb up from the pumpkin and give the guy a little drill drive.
Sometimes it's better to do that, because sometimes you just randomly get shot, and it's not fun when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie easily making 0 cycle here.
Might
no
be
problem whatsoever.
Might be one of the most comfortable 0 cycles I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
123 check. Okay, I didn't actually realize that was possible off of the 0 cycle, but sure, why not?
This is Katie4.
Really and truly.
And now Gerp just loading into Mission Street as Katie is about to leave. You'll probably hit the upgrade roughly time Katie hits the goal ring.
Mm-hmm. And this is
on a very low 9-minute time leaving Mission Street. That is crazy.
Oh, is she gonna get it? Oh, barely not getting a sub 2, but a 2:01 Mission Street is fantastic. Yeah, and this just goes to show what the difference is between Katie and most of the other people in the community, considering, you know, Gerp is an upper pools runner. He's 1-0-1 currently, you know, and yeah, certainly no slouch. And Katie is still absolutely mopping the floor with him currently.
Want to see if Katie gets any free pieces in Aquatic 9?
Oh, Far 3 fans. I believe it's called.
It's a good one to get.
I believe it's called Near Wall.
No green thing. Go up top to check for any other free pieces.
Mm-hmm. She has her own free piece check strategy.
This is it.
Metal Barrels is a piece in the Ghost Room, so hopefully, you know, her final piece is not going to be too brutal. Having multiple issues with piece hitboxes already. The container next to the Jumbo Skull is not going to be too bad out of here as long as she can get a good camera, which she does.
Yep.
And yeah, unfortunately, with Ghost Room Piece 2s, it's really, or Piece 1s, I guess, in this case, it can be tough to, you know, have a good time. You want to end in Ghost Room, ideally, if you get a piece in there, but...
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Ghost Room Piece 2s can be slightly annoying at times, or even Piece 1s, as we saw there.
She did attempt rub clip to get out of the room faster, but didn't quite go. And I mean, it is a newer skip, and I'm not sure how actively she's been practicing as opposed to just playing the video game and doing whatever else she feels like. So I can't blame her for not necessarily getting a brand new skip that's pretty difficult first try.
Now if you put it into car, it's car
booze in chat.
Car. And now we'll get Gerp pulling into Aquatic Mine. See if he gets any better luck on his set. Katie's set wasn't the best, but still had really good execution.
And Gerp no slouch himself, getting a 205 mission streak, which is a lot more close to what people would expect from a zero cycle time. 201 is quite the stage.
Not noticing any free pieces.
No piece, no ping.
Yellow ping.
Yeah, yellow ping into red ping, so we have sealed window piece 2. Very interesting. Doesn't check for the behind a tree piece 3. Probably aware of the fact that it isn't there if you know what your piece 1 and piece 2 are. Gets a green ping for his third piece. Could be stair-shaped brick room. It is dangerous place.
Not the worst set overall, but probably could have been a bit better.
Oh, that's interesting. I think, and I'm not certain, but I think Gerp actually tried to dig while he had bad cam to see if he was able to grab the piece without going over to somewhere that would reset his camera.
Yeah, understandable sometimes. The camera in that room gets really tricky if you clip into it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risky strategy to try and dig before you see where you are, because going to a place where your camera can correct itself is quite annoying. But
yeah,
you know, you take the risk, and if you fail the gamble, then it is what it is, right?
Okay, even Katie's Route 101 is an insane pace.
I mean, she has gotten a 2:12 in the past. One of very few runners to get such a time. Looks like
I think this could be a 2:12. 2:14
no, it looks like it's going to be a mid 2:13, but very, very good.
Yeah, most people expect about sub 2:20. That's about it, really. No one really likes lapping out car stage. It's just car. It's not very entertaining.
I thought it was entertaining. I voted for it in the IL competition.
Well, I mean, that's a different car stage.
That's true. Although this is still better than the kind of interesting that Route 280 has.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is like a nice break point before Desert happens. Because Desert is not very skip heavy, but very tech heavy.
Yeah. You've got to be really on your game in order to, have good times in Desert. And speaking of on your game, Katie just goes for the IL version of pole hop, where you need a frame perfect jump on and off in order to get where you need to go. But you wouldn't notice it. You would just think it's a consistent setup, works every time, easy every time.
But, that's what Katie does.
Yep.
That's how she do.
Hard work and dedication, folks. Hard work and dedication.
Yep. This is what Sonic Adventure 2 going for the lower route.
Yep.
This is something very interesting that Katie does and keeps telling people to do.
Wait, you can do the first jump without a pause hover?
Yep.
Wow, okay. Katie with a very clean midsection as Gerp looks to finish out his Route 101. That blue car that Katie passed a corridor before, getting past at the end. Still going to be a good time for Gerp, looking like something in the 215 to 217 range. But, I mean, it is just hard to compete with a 213. Even on the stage with minimal time save, you know, you can't, you can't beat perfection.
That's like Katie's only finished with about a 140 hidden base. Maybe even less.
136.
36. Gee.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. This is Katie4.
Yep, this is truly Katie4.
Now a whole stage ahead of Gerp.
Yep, and 24 seconds. Loading into Pyramid Cave, we're gonna see
one of people say probably one of the hardest stages in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of how many strats save so little time, but can cost you so much time if you mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Such as oh my god, missing the dash pad and just jumping over it.
Yeah, that is a strategy that can be faster. I believe she wanted the 11 check, barely didn't get it, a very low 12. Considering the amount of runners this tournament that have gotten 13s and been in very good places, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
28, very low 28 upgrade, showing true dominance.
Missing the spring. Moment of vulnerability.
Yeah, lock-ons don't work, unfortunately.
Oh, missing the grind rail.
Yeah, Pyramid Cave is very funny. Very slight mistakes can cost very significant time.
Boss tried door clip. Still through that door well faster than I ever am. Even on a perfect pyramid cave, so...
Yeah, this looks like it's still going to be a low 1 checkpoint. Looks like a 102. Unfortunately, Pyramid Cave is the bitrate crusher machine.
Yep. Look at Snake Step coming from Katie. No Hex Step today. Understandable. Hex Step is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is impressive even without Hex Skip. Like the...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just the absolute speed at which she's able to rip through. It looks like she's almost got a modded game, but nope, she just has that good of a grasp on speed conservation.
Is a sub 130, even with those mistakes.
Yep.
Katie4 do be gaming.
It's true. And Gerp finishes...
Yep.
Gets a 150.
Solid time.
Yeah, solid time. I mean, it's not a 136, but it's hard to get a 136 considering that's 1 second off the community gold. Green ping off the start. Black and yellow stripes. I'm not sure if she likes this piece. Looks like she likes it enough.
Yeah, takes it. I would not take this piece. I don't like the sets it gives.
4 leaves means she's going to be going to green room. It looks like she's going to be going through... Or no, she's going to be doing red box clip. That's right.
Yeah. I maybe would have went to core, see if there was any free pieces, but I don't know enough about hunting to say if that's a good idea or not.
Katie once mocked for her hunting ability, I believe was for a good amount of time, or maybe still is, the Death Chamber ×20 world record holder. And these box clips and routing are a huge reason as to why. Get second try box clip.
Yep. It goes into blue secret. To get between the 4 pillars. A piece I didn't know where it was during my race.
And on a set that a lot of runners would have reset, maybe it would have taken them, you know, a minute 20, a minute 40. Katie gets a 58.
Yeah.
It's not a good set.
The set wasn't great, according to Tommy, but that was still really good execution.
Absolutely. And speaking of good execution, Gerp is able to get a sub 110 checkpoint out of the second tunnel. There were a couple of things that hung him up a little bit, but, you know, still being able to get that pace. He goes onto the snake. See if he gets snake skip. He does, and he does not fall off. Very good from Gerp. Looks like he's going to finish this Pyramid Cave with a time in or around 1 minute and 40 seconds.
That was a really solid time for Pyramid Cave. It's the super bounce. See if he goes to the grab bounce at the end. Nope, just opts to jump over. Thinks it's safe. The grab bounce doesn't save that much time either.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing about Pyramid Cave. There's a lot of very tricky things that don't save you a lot of time.
And speaking of tricky things that don't save you a lot of time, Katie was able to get a 38 King Boom Boo, a very low 38 at that.
Yep.
No big deal, right? No big deal.
Absolutely not. Okay, going for super bounces over profit bounces.
Homing attack
Messing
deciding
the
not to
head.
work, yeah. For those who don't know, there is actually just straight up different homing attack properties in the Egg Golem room to prioritize homing attacking above you so that you can grab the pulleys. And I believe that the game's penchant to try and homing attack above as opposed to in front is a good part of the reason why that homing attack did not work on the first super bounce attempt that made it with the height.
Yeah, that would make sense, but that is still a 34 egg golem.
Yep.
You know, just take your things.
Yeah, absolutely. Gerp getting in the middle
Okay.
of red eyes and taking a death. He gets a second one, gets where the light used to be shinning. He didn't notice because he was checking for bugs on patrol and it has the same window. Hopefully he's able to get a third piece that isn't too far away from there.
Misses the entry. Iron protects the save. Really good third piece from here. Not too far away.
Yeah, there is an interesting dichotomy on if runners want to run over to red green secret or if they will. Okay, first try Bofa from Katie. No big deal. Sure, why not, right?
Yeah, do it, you know. Free. Well, the amount of first try Bofa we've seen in this bracket makes me think it's not actually RNG.
Yeah, there are some people that seem to be better at it than others. I'm very interested to see if it can be understood better as things go along. Maybe all the first try Bofas this tournament will inspire some of the scientists to dust off the books or inspire some new gamers to become scientists. You know, we'll have to see.
Yeah. Because people have been noticing a lot of the people that get first try had been using a different setup as well. From what I've noticed, so I don't know if that is something to do with it. But Katie, really good first try Bofa. When I see if she gets the gold ring, I'm assuming she won't have any trouble whatsoever.
No, none at all.
Yep, there we go. A 1/4, 18?
118.
18. Yeah, 118 Eternal Engine is crazy good. Even though there's not much movement that goes on in it before Bofa anyway.
It is true. And for those being pace pals at home, Katie is currently 1 frame ahead of Aura's current Hero Story pace, and that's comparing against IGT as opposed to comparing against V1.
Crazy.
So on pace for third place, you could say, as she loads into Meteor Herd and gets a container within a container.
They're opting to restart Egg Golem.
Yes, some runners like to do this because it makes Egg Golem take longer to attack on hits 2 and 4, just due to a quirk in how the boss AI works. First stage for Katie as a second piece, kind of unfortunate unless she gets a bottom piece 3 and she gets glimpse of the meteorite. The game truly
Absolutely.
throwing.
Worst piece you want to see here.
The game is throwing.
The game has decided you're too powerful right now. We need to tone you down a bit. Let Gerp have a fighting chance here.
Yeah, Gerp has paid Meteor Herd in order. Katie putting a special
In chat,
thanks.
Thank you, Yuji Naka.
Thank you, Yuji Naka, for putting glimpse of the meteorite in the game. Lost the run to RNG, dude.
Yeah, been there, done that. It's never a fun experience. That's why I became a race mod runner for quite some time.
It's true. Although luckily for Katie, there's no RNG in the rest of the run. There's just stages that you can win at.
Well, that depends if she goes for fast FR.
That's true. In the meantime, Gerp opting for the Drum Basher School of Thought and not even attempting first try Bofa, just immediately dying after taking the checkpoint and just going for it afterwards.
And then getting it. This is a still a method I'd like to take on. I think it's just, I'm not even going to bother with first try. I'd rather just not deal with it.
Yeah.
Take the death, move on, accept second try. Now we're loading into Crazy Gadget, a stage. It's going to be over in the blink of an eye, really.
Yeah, this Crazy Gadget, especially at the top level, is very, very fast. And I don't even think Katie goes for free cam box hover. A 12-tube entry, something similar to that obtained by a Sinister Taco in the Crazy Gadget Mission 1, Mission 4 world record.
Like, Crazy Gadget is so fast at top level, the camera physically cannot keep up.
And unfortunately, because the game has relative controls, Katie tried to navigate the section blind and the game literally just didn't have it. She is going for a free cam setup, a very fast one at that, and it looks like she's going to go for a mid-40.
First try.
Tons of height, tons of distance, goes for the pause extend to not land on the roof. Easy every time, as Gerp finishes a 135 while Katie finishes a 46.
No problem.
As it stands right now, there are 2 bosses and a stage separating Katie from the end of the game. These stages in total add up to roughly a minute and 50 seconds. So it looks like Katie is going to get a very low 22 if everything goes according to plan. Although Eggman 2 is a bit notorious for deciding not to go according to plan. Unfortunately, Katie gets a punch, and the explosion from the middle cylinder does not turn out for her at all.
Yeah, this is rough. This is not an Eggman 2 you want to see. The AI minute for this boss is pretty much down to a science for good reason. Because this boss, when you're not on the AI minute path, can be very difficult for you.
It's true.
Because the game expects you to have a certain upgrade at this point. We obviously skip. So all your hits are also doing less damage as far as I'm aware.
Only punches,
punch,
actually.
yeah,
Only punches do less damage.
The punch is crazy little damage for that fight. Especially after the first fight, where a punch does the same damage as a normal shot anyway. So you get used to that, and then try and punch Eggman 2, and you realise, wow, I've done no damage, and now I've got a laser shot in my face.
Katie
As we've
opting to
said
just...
that, yeah, doesn't opt for fast FR, go for the safe moves method.
Yeah, apparently she got a nice check. I didn't see it. Was it a 12?
It looks like it should have been a 12.
Going for
Look
the
for
fast fall method, there's been actually a surprising amount of regular FR optimization in recent weeks.
Yeah, thanks to JW's tutorial.
Well, even before, apparently the night before Katie's GDQ run, she was actually doing some regular FR labbing to see if she could find a slightly faster path, some more fast fall stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Sees the buildings load in. She has an interesting amount of height. Certainly not too low for someone of her skill level, but there are definitely some runners who would see this, panic, and maybe restart. But with correct positioning...
I think that was probably the height I may have saw and decided to restart instead. Maybe a bit lower, but I think I definitely would have opted to restart there rather than try and take the death.
117 though from Katie. That's a very fast time, all things considered.
Oh, absolutely. And I've got Gerp just pulling into Crazy Gadget, maybe setting up for Crazy Gadget skip.
Yeah, it looks
like he's going for free cam, but no box hover.
Sets up very close to the edge, does a tap jump, and does make it out of bounds first try. Uses his hover frames as Katie cleans up on Shadow 2.
Absolutely no problems whatsoever. Gets the 16, I'm assuming. Could have been a 15.
16-30. And GG's for Katie.
That's a 22-19. Absolutely insane run.
Very, very good run. And because I was curious, I figured I would check the leaderboards. A 22-19 is good for 5th place, 4th if she did not have a run on the boards already. Just an absolute showing of the chasm of skill difference between Katie and some of the other runners in this tournament.
Yeah, and Virtual in chat saying this bop's the best time in the tournament by 1.5 minutes. That is just how crazy Katie is at this game.
Yep.
And that was with some bad RNG as well.
And that's comparing V1 to IGT. If Katie had paused for more than 9 seconds, then she would actually be in contention for potentially 3rd place, 2nd if she didn't have a run on the boards. So, you know, no big deal, right? Just a showcase race for fun.
Absolutely no big deal. But Gerp also very close to the end of the run now.
Yeah.
Cleaning up Headman 2 with no problems really. Getting a 15, 16 possibly.
Yeah,
5 and 6 isn't hard to make out.
Only 2 stages, or a stage and a boss remaining for Gerp as he tries to finish with a strong showing from himself. Of course, it's very easy to compare Gerp to Katie and see the differential, but for reference, there are many upper pools matches that ended with a 26 in the loser column, and that is roughly what Gerp is on pace for right now, a low 26.
Yeah, I think high to O gets a real switch. You never want to see that happen.
He is still able to set up bounceless, though. It looks like he's not going to lose gravity.
But this is absolutely the scariest method to do FR skip. You have no safety net whatsoever. The pause hover you can get from bounceless is gone. The bounce you get from the bounce method is gone. You need to just pray you have enough height.
Yeah, there's no safety net. You have to. You really did say it all. You just have to hope that you can get the proper height and get in there. Knowing how to deal with low height is very, very important, just in general, but this stage especially.
Oh, it looks like he is well more than enough height. He is swimming. He is fine.
Yeah, he's swimming in height. For a sketchy bounceless rail switch setup, this ended up turning out pretty good for him, getting a 130. But yeah, with a 16 Shadow 2, Gerp would be able to get a 26.01, which
very close to a 25. But
which for
honestly,
reference,
for how this run started out, a 26 is really good.
Absolutely, especially considering Gerp's current best time in the tournament is a 26.20. So
yeah,
I mean, as much of a clinic as Katie put on of how to absolutely win at gaming, you know, this is absolutely, you know, a good performance from Gerp as well.
And it looks like he's getting a clean Shadow 2, but finishes with a 26.02. GG.
And that's the run he put on of how to.
Yep, very solid run from both runners, honestly.
Do the runners want to come in for an interview? Wait, is that a Gerp PB?
I don't think that's a... Is that a PB?
Well, Gerp said, awesome time from the GOAT. He got a 26.02. And then Katie says, Gerp PB.
I'm not believing that's a Gerp PB.
Actually, wait, hold on. I don't have a better time than Gerp. No way that's a Gerp PB.
I can confirm that's not a Gerp PB. He has a 24.
Oh, they are back in the live stream channel. I'm going to unserver mute them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Congrats on your race. Excellent showing from both of you.
I hate Yuki Naka. Why does he suck? He just like gives me 11 just to troll me on purpose.
And then gives you that meteor herd after.
He gives me a okay Pumpkin Hill, but the worst aquatic mine death chamber meteor herd of all time. What are you doing?
Wahoo!
I literally could have gotten 21 if it wasn't for that. That just annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all things considered, you had an excellent showing. This is the best time of the tournament by over a minute.
I wanted a 21, so I will just be permanently disappointed.
Rage.
Rage.
But yeah, Gerp, your best time of the tournament, 26:02.
Yeah, from Wild Canyon through Meteor Herd, everything was pretty solid. Obviously, the CG death at the end of the goal ring, and then not doing CE skip. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it was fine.
It's a good run.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Was
Guess
there?
you gotta just use a GameCube controller, Gerp.
No, I just got to get the dang skip. Everything goes way better when I do CE skip, but you know, it was all good. Glad we got to show the world Katie4 once again, and a reminder to those that forgot about GDQ.
True.
It's true.
They put the SA2 disc in this game. Can you believe it?
I mean, that was better than the GDQ run, but you know, the GDQ run had the FR death and stuff, so.
Yeah, the 2 FR deaths and something else. I don't
Otherwise,
know.
it wouldn't have been. Otherwise, that GDQ run would have been a 21.
Yeah.
Obviously, just a factor or two here that could have made this a 21, but.
I
Any closing thoughts?
Thank you all for having me on. This is definitely a grudge match for sure.
Yeah, I
Believe-
hate Katie4 so much, dude.
You're so dumb, Gerp. I hate you.
See, it is Grudge after all.
Yep.
Just kidding. We like to have a good time here at Sonic Speedrun Community.
we like to go. Oh wait, you weren't at TGHGDQ, so you're lame as prick, idiot, loser.
Yeah, this is definitely a
Sorry.
grudge match.
Some of us are funding America's door population. Can't just be out there messing around all the time. Summer break, never heard of it, you know?
You've heard of it before. You have ears.
Been-
Otherwise, you
yeah,
wouldn't have
you're
thought of
right.
it.
Well, actually, I didn't hear you because I had math in my ears. I gotta get more chicken.
I gotta get more pizza.
Closing thoughts. My latest tweet on gerp.com/Twitter, pretty good tweet. Last couple tweets are very good. Oh my god. Last 4 tweets are great. Check out that if you want. A lot of great stuff. But even greater stuff by Katie, who's been a great friend and mentor and runner.
Yeah.
Great at many things, but after all else, a greater person. So,
True.
Which
thanks,
is pretty
thanks for
cool.
thanks for putting this on with me. I thought it'd be fun to race Katie on the grand stage.
Yeah. Who knows? There might be another grudge match. You never know.
Oh, more
Yeah.
Katie grudge matches? I know that
Let's see,
I'm
let's
here
see,
for
come-
it.
Come on.
She did say that she was
rematch.
willing to grudge match you earlier. If you want to have a tournament rematch from last year, you are both willing to do it, apparently. I
I
mean,
wouldn't be surprised if some people are afraid to challenge Katie to a grudge match after that, but
Maybe a little bit. If RNG is on my side next time, you know.
why don't you ping her and find out? We've got some open space tomorrow night after the day's races, you know, looking at 7 p.m. in advance.
Tomorrow night would be good, actually. You can do that, Stellar, though. It's yeah.
I can do that? Okay, you have a cool time, but I'm not your secretary.
Yeah, you are.
Nope. Sorry, I actually, we're cutting the stream. Sorry about that. All of a sudden, there's these weird complications, and I have to go all of a sudden. That's so
Okay.
weird.
That's fair. That's so weird, man.
yeah, I gotta go like itch my arm or something in a different room.
Yeah,
I
I've
gotta
got to.
eat pizza.
I've got to go let my cat in. Sorry, I'm gonna be gone for a couple hours.
Yeah, I accidentally dropped Stellar's dog Mo in a boot, so I gotta get
No.
You
stuck in the boot. He don't like it in the boot.
How about that? Well, with that said, I believe that this is the end of the day. I'm going to see if there's anybody to raid. See if maybe Shane Kills is around and wants to help us facilitate a little raid to go somewhere. Although it doesn't look like anyone is streaming Hero Story. Interesting.
Love you all. Goodbye. Thanks for having me.
Bye,
Aw.
Katie.
Thanks for
Crap.
having fun.
And there she goes. And that's the run.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if we see a faster time than that this tournament.
I mean, it could happen. Any runs a PB for some of these racers, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much like they have to get CE skipped though, like to beat
Yeah.
that. I mean, maybe not, but wow, that's a really solid time.
Mm.
Yeah, that time was insanely good. Like, the only downside to that run was her RNG. That
Mm.
was it.
Well, and there was a pyramid cave thing right after the first door
Oh,
skip.
right, yeah.
But like, still,
That was
that's
that
it.
wasn't huge time loss or anything.
No, not at all.
She literally shows up and gets a what is that a fifth place top 5 time in
Yep.
category
Yep.
just on a whim.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And if the pauses were worth 9 seconds or more, then that's a third place time. Second if she doesn't have one already. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no big deal, right? But
Oh yeah, that might beat that could beat Aura's time. I'm not sure what he did for pausing.
But with all that said, thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate you for coming out. I'm not sure that there is anyone that's doing Sonic stuff, but in the meantime, feel free to come back here tomorrow at about 12 p.m. Eastern for Bloog versus AF Wagers to decide the winner of Group
my
E's
God.
pool. That's going to be a huge match. I'm looking very forward to that. And then we lead into another AF Wagers match, a grudge match versus himself and Yanni with Gerp on the commentary. And then, yeah, a bunch of other really good matches. We've got Group B finishing off. We've got the last match of my group, Group G, to see who's going to get second place. And we've got the Frog grudge match of Ninja Frog versus Epic Frog to find out who's the real frog. So
We also have Lexi versus JW and a hero swap story.
oh, they're doing. I didn't realize they were
Yep.
doing Hero Alt.
They're doing. I think it might even be alt swap where they're doing the dark characters.
That's fun. We have fun here.
Yeah, we have lots of fun here.
Quick note. I don't think Wagers versus Yanni is happening tomorrow, based on intel from Savick. I was informed that Yanni is retired at the moment, and also Wagers is part of the hurricane that is coming through.
Ah,
so
okay.
the East Coast. So stay safe, everyone that is affected by that.
Yeah, if you're about to get hit
Watch
by a
out for
hurricane, please stay safe. Please check the necessary measures. Fill up your bathtub with some spare water for just in case reasons. But I'm sure you all know about that. But yeah, come back tomorrow and we're going to have some more great races. And hey, we might even have another surprise grudge to cap off the night. But with that, I think I am going to call it. Thank you all very much for watching and showing support. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
See y'all later.